Ugly people, put your hands down.
I mean, seriously.
But I mean, I liked that scene to a point because it was that whole, oh, Superman is trying to protect people, and oh, he wants to protect Zod because he doesn't want to kill anybody. But then I agree to break his neck to kill him, even though he doesn't want to kill him. Really? And then also, the people definitely could have got away. In my opinion, I think the family could have got away.
I'm okay with him breaking his neck. Because, I mean, the only other way to kill him holding his head like this is to crush his skull.
Yeah.
But why even be in that situation?
Well, he was holding his head to keep him away from... He was already shooting a laser at them, so he's already holding his head.
I know.
But the question comes up, why didn't he just fly up?
Fly up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's.
Now that's a good point too.
I guess it's another in the moment sort of thing. When you're holding an alien who's got laser eye visions, you're not really thinking about flying up. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
looking in hindsight, that'd been a great idea. But when you're in the moment, that kind of stuff, you know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, yeah. And another thing I have a problem with the neck break is the fact that he's struggling so hard to keep his head in place, and then all of a sudden it's so easy to shockwave break his neck. Not just like we've talked about this before, how he had kind of like a weird grip on him, and it was kind of difficult to get that. But it would have been better, in my opinion, more believable if it was just a nice sort of thing, because it was so hard for him to keep his head away from the family. It would have made it more believable if you just.
He just kind of released all his power.
He just threw everything with him. I'm surprised his Zod's head didn't go.
I don't know.
We talked about this. We were blaming it on his material, on his clothes. Like, we don't know if it was. It looked like chains, but we don't know if it was chains, what it was. Because if it was
some kind of weird metal we don't have on it.
If it was chains and it was weird metal, his skin probably would have been able to slide across and turn his head.
Yeah.
But if it was like latex or leather, like what Spider-Man wears, it would have held his head better. And I had something else about to say when you were saying something.
You can rewind that rant if you want.
No, that's fine. So let's go to the three main endings. Okay, so we already talked about the girl saying, I just think he's hot. So we already talked about that. The other two was the flashback with the dad. Wasn't there? Yeah, he had a flashback about his dad, which I think was the actual...
With the tornado?
No. There was another one, wasn't there? Right before the end.
What was it about?
He was... Yeah, it was when he was standing there with his cape as a kid. That was it. So...
Because his mom says something like, because he says, if only Dad were here or something, or if something about Dad seeing me like this or something, or he would be proud.
I saw you like that.
Yeah, and then his mom's like, oh, he already saw you like that, or he's already proud of you or something.
Yeah.
And then it shows
him in a cave.
Yeah. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like that.
Because he's already Superman with a cape, and then we see him as a little kid with a cape again.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good.
And then we go to the Daily Planet, where the pun of the day comes to save the world. Welcome to the planet. And another
I
thing.
thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was funny. But
And it's so Superman. I mean, that's just it.
one thing was that even Charlie or Mattman brought up was the disguise. All it was baggy clothing.
I'm sorry, I hate it.
Baggy clothing and then glasses, and his hair was spiked up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I enjoyed it because he looked like a Kansas kid. He was wearing baggy clothing, which hid all his muscles. Then he spiked up his hair, and then he put it on glasses. And glasses plus spiky hair means they're just trying to look cool, basically. So he's a person that you don't look at a second time. You're just like, oh, hey, there's that Kansas kid.
Yeah.
So it worked for me.
I think there are a few things that this movie did perfectly, and I honestly think that last scene was one of those things, because according to the comics, because that is exactly what Superman's always been. It's like, how do people not recognize him as Superman? And it's always been like that. throughout everything. It's like, well, duh, he's just putting on glasses. But the thing is, that's just Superman. That's just how it's always been. I mean, that's the way it was in Lois and Clark. That's the way it was in the comics and in the TV shows, the cartoons. And it's always just, he wears the glasses and people don't recognize him. So I think, honestly, that last scene, the Welcome to the Planet thing, I think they did that perfectly according to what Superman and Lois Lane are supposed to do. And what they're supposed to be.
Robbie.
I think that was good.
Robbie pointed this out to me when I first brought it up to him about the Superman disguise. The whole glasses thing is the most famous thing, and that is what he does. But Robbie pointed this out to me. Actually, Superman does do somewhat of a transformation and a de-transformation. Like when he goes from being Superman, he actually transforms into that. He actually.
What do you mean by transforms?
Okay,
like
so
his body?
Yeah, when he's Clark during the day, he's scrawny. He has this tiny, sharp voice. No,
Well, okay, the voice, yes, but he's not scrawny.
yeah, he is. Actually, Robbie told me this. He said it's in the first few Superman comics, I think. He's scrawny. He's about as big as you are, basically. He's
Yeah.
not scrawny like me.
But just normal size is what you're saying.
And he has a squeaky voice, and he wears the glasses, and that's basically it. Oh, and he's shorter than what Superman is. So when he actually transforms, he's bulky. He's actually taller, and his voice is manly, and he just takes off the glasses, and then he goes.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying the glasses because he actually wears them.
Yeah.
But the main thing is he's actually smaller in both ways, and he has a
Or at least he was supposed to be according to the original comics. Is
yeah,
that
and
what
he
it's
has a high-pitched voice.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah, I know his voice changed. That's something they always kept.
yeah, they didn't do that in this movie. His voice actually stayed the same.
Okay. But that's another trademark. That's true. He did like to change his voice on purpose, so people wouldn't recognize him. But I didn't know about the transformation body thingy. That's different, but okay. I guess that's how it was supposed to be.
Robbie didn't explain to me how he did it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's how.
And Robbie is the Superman expert, so I don't trust anything he says about Superman.
Maybe it's like when he came to Earth, like they were talking about the gravity. Maybe that actually did something to his muscles, and then when he actually found out who he was, and well, no, that wouldn't work because he had nothing to make him bulky. So I don't know. Maybe it was a type of power that because the original Superman is actually able to learn powers on the fly. He's actually able to do that. They pointed that out in Death Battle, and then they said, so we're not going to use that Superman. We're going to use the modern. So the older one was actually to come up with superpowers on the fly, so he was able to do that.
Okay, I can't. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't know what it was. So
That's
I
my
might want
fault.
to just
Yes, it was.
might just want to just end it now.
Yeah, let's let Charlie give your number, like from 0.5 to 10.
Okay.
Or just 0 to 10.
Yeah, 0 point.
Just 0 to 10.
Okay. I had a lot of things that I didn't like about this movie, but overall they amounted to a very, their overall combination, had little bearing on how I like this movie overall. It was just a lot of little things, like little lines that I didn't like, or little instances, except for the freaking, oh my gosh, a laser! That pissed me off. That was probably the bulk of what I didn't like about this movie. And it may turn out that I watch the movie again and I see something, and I see it and I'm like, oh, well, I guess they couldn't have escaped. Because I've only watched it once, and I don't really remember it all that well. But overall, I'd have to give this movie, in my honest opinion, probably somewhere around 7.5 or an 8.
Okay.
Not a big fan of Superman, but I think overall they did a pretty dang good job on it.
7.5 or an 8.
Well, I'm actually, as far as the rating, pretty close to Charlie. Yeah, I think also there was a lot of little things I didn't like. I think the major things that I didn't like was dialogue could have been a little better and too much action. I think those were the two big ones for me that was just something I can't get over as well as I can get over the childbirth thing. I can get over that. I can get over some of the other small things. But anyway, but even with those two major things that are just kind of annoying to me, the movie was fun. It was entertaining. It was a great movie overall together, you know. And I think they did it well. I just think they kind of, you know, maybe should have done something a little different. But I mean, it's just a person's opinion, you know. But I think it was, like he said, a really awesome Superman movie, because I've never seen a really good Superman movie, and this one was actually a really legitly good Superman movie. So I think I would agree with him. I'm gonna give it an 8 or 8.5-ish. If I could say 8.25, I would. So, but I think I'll just go with an 8. Let's just call it even with 8 out of 10. Yeah.
You want to give it an 8 or you?
I'm good with 7.5 or 8.
Okay. So the 3 major bad things about this movie: childbirth, the Spider-Man, and Megan Fox. Those are the 3 bad parts of the movie.
Megan Fox!
Megan Fox. She's not even in this movie.
But it's her fault.
She ruins it.
You just walk out. I hate Megan Fox.
I'm gonna do that. We're gonna go see Despicable Me 2 today. I'm gonna walk out of the theater and just go, I hate Megan Fox.
What if she's actually in this movie? Like an extra or something though.
I hope not. She
I'll
will
ruin this movie for us.
Okay.
Anyway.
So after I got out of the movie, I was like, it's an 8 or an 8.5, and then something inside me was screaming, no, it is not. And the entire day I'm like, fine, I'm giving it 9. So
9?
yeah, it's 9.
Yeah.
So we got an 8, a 9, and
Basically an 8.
so
Or
7.5 or 8. We'll
So-
go with an 8 since they're so.
so 2 8s and a 9, fair reviews together is an 8.5.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
So Man of Steel is an 8.5.
Which means we recommend it.
I wish I could just start doing that, recommending movies.
We recommend this movie to everyone over the age of 13.
Every movie that we also reviewed, I think we do recommend those because if I remember correctly, they're all positive reviews.
Yeah, I think so. Well, wait.
Chronicle was on the wall.
Yeah,
Bar.
my Chronicle was I gave it a 6.5, so
Like,
that was kind of.
but you know, at the end, it was a recommendable movie.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, that's not Chronicle. That's another here. Man of Steel, go see it. If you don't like it, blame Megan Fox, Spider-Man, and childbirth.
And the laser.
And the laser! Freaking lasers!
Fired my laser. Fired my laser. I love I'm fired a mediocre employee. That
Oh,
one
hey,
was
look,
up
my
there. We just, that's Dom Vera and Tom Scott. That's 2 different people, but.
Go watch those. Those are highly recommended.
Are we in screen jumping? Oh, thank you to our special guest, Charlie.
Hey.
Bye.
Yeah.